Hi, this is Dominic from Paphos Life, and I'm here, I think it's November the 3rd. I say I think because I just noticed that they've actually got their Christmas decorations up on the harbour, or the seafront anyway. Oh, it's the 2nd of November. There's the I Love Paphos. And there is what passes for Christmas decorations on the seafront. They don't go overboard on the seafront. I think it's mainly because of the weather that you can get here in winter time, which is fair enough. Most of the decorations will appear in December, and you'll see them all in Old Town and places like that. There's tea for two. There's a big bus, and I'm going to walk up Poseidonos Avenue in this film. I'll probably take a little bit of a diversion to go through Limnaria Gardens. I'll cross over here. I'm going to be a devil and cross before I get to the zebra crossing. We'll camera back up a bit. Well, now you get Pinguino up here, which is a very popular place, and rightfully so. Behind them you've got the Dionysus Hotel, and to the left that goes up to Flintstones and all the places up there in Bar Street. But we're going straight up Poseidonos Avenue. Try and avoid looking into the dazzling sun. Looking at all their menus. God, that's what I can do on an empty stomach. Sugarella, desserts, cakes, custom cakes. Assuming that means sort of things like birthday cakes. The Place Royale, lounge bar and bistro. There's Starbucks. Starbucks seem to have a lot of competition in Paphos from Costa and Cafe Nero. They're not as prominent as I seem to remember them being in the UK. But Cypriots do love their coffee. I mean, I remember a few years ago there was a village Yulu near Polemi, between Polemi and Polis. And there used to be a coffee shop there. Then another coffee shop appeared where the rabbit farm was, so we could no longer look at cute rabbits as we drove down the B7. And then another coffee shop appeared opposite the second one. And then further down the road, another coffee shop appeared. So all of a sudden they had 4 coffee shops. I don't know if they're all still going, but it does indicate that Cypriots do like their coffee. I mean, Polemi's got, I couldn't say how many coffee shops Polemi's got. I can think of at least 4 that could claim to be coffee shops. There too. And 2 of them have got the same name, which is even more confusing. Right, anyway, let's get back to the task in hand, showing you ace content in and around Paphos. There's the Annabelle Hotel. I'm feeling the heat now. Probably because I'm walking directly into a low sun. There's a cafe bar, why not? Homemade burgers, full English, large cod chips and butter, roll and butter I think that was. Anyway, it's €12, which isn't bad. Depends how large it is and what sort of chips they are. Because let's face it, when you get fish and chips, they've got to be proper chips. If you get McDonald's style French fries with fish, that's just an outrage. I normally abhor violence, but there are certain instances. Anyway, there's the Nest Cafe Bar. Hope they're doing well these days. They had a lot of interruptions when the renovations were going on. So hopefully they're all sorted out now. And you've got the Keg and Barrel coming into view on the other side of the water feature. And T&J's Fish and Chip Shop. Now, fish and chip shops in Paphos. There used to be a good one in Mandria, but I think common opinion is that it's gone downhill. So you've got T&J's Fish and Chip Shops there. You've got Pay a Chippy, which I always recommend, which is more of a takeaway. There are a few seats there, but for takeaway, definitely recommend them. The only issue I have with T&J's is that their opening hours seem to be on an ad hoc basis, in my experience. And they don't open at lunch. They open at 2 o'clock. This is after lunch. Often when I have lunch anyway. But when you do get them, their fish and chips is delicious. It's equal to Mr. Cod and Paphos and Cork Fulton. And there are bigger chains of fish and chips as well, like I suppose Ocean Basket. But I'm talking about proper British chippies, if you like. And there's nothing wrong with eating fish and chips if you're here on holiday or you live out here and you're from Britain. I mean, you don't go down to Chinatown in London and tell all the Chinese people off for not eating English food, do you? So what's wrong if I want a cod and chips occasionally? Anyway, so we're in the restaurant area again, Fevers. Way too early for there to be any barkers here. But do not be, I don't know, I was going to say do not be deterred, but there's nothing to deter you from coming here. Just do come here, make the effort rather than just relying on the seafront and harbour. Because restaurants here are a little bit cheaper, and the food, I couldn't compare the food because I haven't eaten everywhere. But when I've eaten here, I've never been disappointed, put it that way. Mind you, most food in most restaurants in Cyprus is good. Cypriots don't tend to abide bad food. So, I mean, everyone will have their off days. I mean, I've eaten their kleptiko was lovely in there. That I can recommend. Oh, it's a muggy. I haven't seen many cats. I saw one earlier that looked a bit dead, but its tail wagged when I spoke to it. So that's about it. Oh, some more restaurants. They do kleptiko there as well. Live your life. I certainly recommend anyone having kleptiko if they haven't already had it. What's this? Oh, okay. Due to Joanna Sophia Fun Run Walk on Sunday 2nd of November, which is today, this bus stop will be temporarily out of bounds. Oh, so there's a fun run due here in the not too distant future. Please use the Alexander the Great bus stop. I did not know that. So we're too early for the fun run anyway. I was wondering if it might be worth filming it with the drone though, if I can actually get there. I seem to remember filming a fun run this time last year. without realising it. There's the Almyra Spa. Followed by the Alexander the Great Hotel. And this is the River Limnaria. Still flowing. Fair play. I mean, considering we haven't really had any rain since about May. And that source is below Armu, so it hasn't come that far. Now, okay, you wouldn't build a reservoir anywhere to incorporate that. But I'll give a free plug while I'm here to Easy Rent a Car Limited over there. If you're looking to hire a car, I can thoroughly recommend them. That's got quite a few people on our main forum. You can see a lot more companies that have been recommended as well. If you go to our Paphos Life directory, which would be paphoslife.com/directory/car_hire. And all the companies there have been recommended by people. But personally, I recommend those ones. Here comes another cat. This is what we want. Okay now. And let's go through into the heart.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hello, mate. All right?
Hello, mate. I'm fine, thank you.
Good.
I don't know what to make of that. Hello, mate. There's more cats here. This is what I like to see. I'm going to try and stay in the shade because when I go from shade to bright light very quickly, the 4 camera sensors can't really cope. There's another cat. Meow. Oh, there's no food, I'm afraid. Ooh, that one's a bit more timid. There's a nice little fountain. Chinese food for breakfast. I suppose I have to have breakfast. Not sure what Chinese breakfast would be. Remember when I was travelling place to Cambodia, my breakfast would be a French baguette, because it used to be Indochina, so there'd be baguettes everywhere, and laughing cow cheese. And let's be honest, horrible coffee. I do actually really like traditional Cypriot coffee. Skeeto or Sketo. More fountains here. Very nice indeed. Got a soft jazz playing. And this time I'll come out this way. Which will give us a nice view through the arch of Alexander on his horse, yielding his mighty sword. There's a nice little walk through there. I know there were lots of cats, that's why I liked it. It wasn't just that. What's this? Looks a bit pagan. I know. Follow the pot, people, to our fabulous shop. 38 seconds walk. Good taste Paphos, unique clothes, jewellery and gifts. And there's the Atrian lunch menu. Leaving Limnaria now, and the next hotel up that I can show you properly is the Amavi. It's a couples only hotel. It's there on the right. And beyond that and opposite it, you have the Alo Hotel. And days gone by, I was able to do a bit of urban exploring in there. But since the fire, oh, there's a really good food smell somewhere. Oh, I don't know what it is, but it's delicious. Sorry, I haven't had any breakfast. Anyway, yes, basically if you try now, you'll be met with a very friendly security guard who will escort you off the premises. So don't bother. So there's the Amavi on our right, and the two towers, the first one, the Soho Tower, already erect, and people living there. Oh, in front of that, it's an old restaurant that's abandoned, by the way, if you're wondering why that had appeared suddenly. I did do a little urbex film in there. There's not a lot to see, quite a lot of broken glass. I think it used to be called the Romantica. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, so they built one Soho Tower and they were going to build another one, and I assumed originally that was going to go in there, because this is what the original plans were. As if you look up, I think it was, I had to Google Alo Hotel renovation, and there was a property website which had the plan, and the tower was going to go there, the second one. But then they built it on the other side, so I have no idea what is going to happen to it. But in its day, it was very popular with a lot of people, and there were a lot of happy memories there. But nothing lasts forever. There's a little property there. Someone did tell me something about this house's history, because I asked about it in the previous film. Because I've got a butterfly-like memory. I can't remember what the response was. I think it was built after the hotel though. So that's the Soho Tower. And I'll walk back to the Antasia Beach Bar, and I'll bid you farewell. So there's going to be a fun run here later on. I might film that. All depends on what the roads are like. If they've closed all the roads, then I won't, so I won't be able to get to the harbour. Let's play it by ear. But this is the Antasia Beach Bar. There's more of those lovely clouds in. Very pretty, this walkway. One of the high points of Paphos, if you ask me. I'll leave you, I think, with a nice vista. Actually, I can go over there to see that. Of lighthouse and Paphos. Right, thanks for watching.